Dun 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 dun. So here is what little I do know about my 1970 Chevelle. I'm still learning about it, so I don't know a lot. It's got some wheels. It's got some brakes. Oddly enough, it also has wheels and brakes up here. It has an engine. It also has a transmission. I believe it's a 4L80. I believe this spark plug wire doesn't match. This is a GM LSX 376 B15 crate engine, I believe. Magnuson TVS 2650 or something like that. Not really sure. I think that's what it was. And a bunch of stuff up here. And some things. Wagner front drive. It's got the coolant tank here for the intercooler, and it's got an alternator right here. And does it sound like I know everything about it? I do not. It's got these cool dapper lighting headlights. It's got a lot of cool stuff. It's got these sweet seats. Also, you may not realize this, but it's got paddle shifters that work. It's pretty crazy. Holley Terminator X. So there's that. Pretty cool. You might have remembered some of this in one of my other videos. Anyway, stock style shifter that's a slap shifter. Or like I said, it's got pedal shifters. It's on air or ride tech shockwaves with the Airlift 3P. That's not ride height, that's one setting higher. But it's got some compressors back here, as you can hear. 4 9-inch. Yeah, there's some of that stuff. Yeah, so it's got some stuff, and it's got some exhaust, and someday when I know everything about this, I'll tell you all about it. Or I won't. So, that's it. That is my free, which is what I paid for it, 1970 Chevelle LSX Supercharged. And yeah, obviously it's pretty sweet. So some of you might know who built it. Most of you probably don't, because he hasn't made videos in 1,800,000 years. But my buddy Gerald built this car, and he gave it to me. And that's that. It also has a battery. and some windshield trim, and a car cover. And part of a trunk seal. And apparently it's got an air tank there. Yeah. It's got power trunk release. Some lights that you can't see right now because it's too bright out here. Door locks. Let's see. I don't know how to use them, but there you go. And yeah. Truck's still stuck over there. Needs a carburetor. Here's something I know. The horn is a horn. Until you do that. There. Now the horn is the line lock. I'm not going to honk the horn because I don't want to. So, car running obviously. Put in drive. Paddle shift. 2, 3, 4. You can see it right there. Turn them off, and now they don't do anything. So, I know that. Here's something I didn't know. Gerald asked me if a fire extinguisher was still inside the car. I was like, no, I haven't seen one. I've seen this road flare though. This road flare that is actually a fire extinguisher. Funny thing is, I was talking to Jim about it, and I was like, hey look, road flare. As I picked it up and was reading it, still calling it a road flare. Apparently I did not read very good. Anyways, I didn't know until Gerald told me. This is not a road flare. It's a fire extinguisher. So there's that. Which is pretty funny. Turbo mentioned to me that I forgot to show one thing on this car that I figured out myself. That's because I hit this scary looking button without knowing. And that is the power emergency brake. So that's pretty cool. So I did learn about that all on my own. Although when I first hit it, me and Jim were sitting in the car and we heard the beeping and then the noise of something tightening. We didn't know what the noise was. We thought it was like a self-destruct button or something, so it was kind of scary. Not turbo. That's right. Here's another thing I know. I know I would never ever have a car like this if it wasn't for Gerald. So extremely grateful, and yeah, it still blows me away that this is even here. I definitely don't deserve it, so, but I do appreciate it, and you're not getting it back unless you want it back. He doesn't want it back, don't worry. I'll send this one back instead. Yeah, so anyway, if everybody must know, this is not Gerald's car. Some people think it's Gerald's car. It is not. This is Gerald's car. Was Gerald's car. And anyway, his bro Mel needed it painted. they kind of hinted around and asked me if I would be interested in maybe painting it. I said sure, send it over, and then I told them I would do it for free. Told them I didn't want anything, and I don't. And then one day this thing shows up, which is pretty crazy. But anyway, don't know. I did not do that car for this. This is just here just because he decided that he wanted me to have it. Just like I decided I wanted to help them out and do this car here. So that's all that is real friends helping each other out. So some people don't understand that, and it's hard for a lot of people to wrap their head around it, but it's unfortunate because everybody should have people like that they can do that kind of stuff with. Jim's another example, so guess I'm lucky. I'm obviously lucky because, you know, obviously. Them, not so lucky because, I mean, is that ever gonna get done? I mean, come on, how long does it take to simply sand down a car and paint it? That's all you have to do. So easy. Jeez. So, there it is. You'll be seeing a lot more of this car because it's not going anywhere. But that's how I came to be the owner of the cheapest LSX supercharged Chevelle probably in the world. Yeah, that's it.